What is going on, everybody? Justin here with Alpha Wash, and today I'm going to be showing you how to measure out concrete, how to measure out roofs, how to measure out a house, get the square footage of it, so you can estimate it and go out and win the job, pressure wash it, and get paid. So you're only going to need one thing for this. You're going to need the Google Earth Pro app on a computer, not the Google Earth app on your phone, and I'll tell you why in just a second. All right, so the first thing we're going to be measuring out is the driveway of this house right here. And the reason that you need the Google Earth app on a computer instead of a phone is because of the trees that go over the driveway. And if you look right here where these trees are, you almost completely cannot see this driveway. And every time I look on my phone and try to measure, there's always trees in the way and I can't get an accurate measurement. So when you have the Google Earth app on the computer, you're going to see this little clock right here. And the clock has an arrow that goes backwards. And when you click on that, it's going to change. When you click on the clock, it's going to pull this little bar up right here. So we were originally right here, and you see that trees are completely covering the whole driveway. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and change time. So as you can see there, now we've got a perfect view of the whole entire driveway, and we can measure this out. So if you're on your phone on Google Earth, you cannot change the year. And that is a big deal when measuring for pressure washing because there's going to be a lot of things that you can't see. So now that you know that you got to have the app on your computer, you know how to go back in time to make it where you can see the property. And it's very, very rare that there's not a year on here that I can get a measurement for a property. It is a very, very rare occurrence. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to measure the driveway. So measuring driveways is pretty simple and straightforward. So the first thing you're going to want to do is zoom in on the driveway, and I like to hold shift and the up arrow. And what that does is it makes my angle like I'm looking down at it flat. I don't want to be looking at it like this. I want to be looking at it like that, if that makes sense. So once you get your angle right and you're zoomed in enough, you're going to come right here and you're going to click on this polygon. So once you click on the polygon, you're going to have this box that pulls up right here, and you can move this box around anywhere you want to. So we're going to just pull it off to the side. You just want to make sure that it's not blocking what you're trying to measure. And then you're going to want to zoom in and get up pretty close because you want your measurements to be accurate. So we're going to mark the corner right here, and we're going to go right down the side of this driveway, and we're going to mark all the way down the side. All right. So once you start making points on the map, you're not going to be able to click and scroll like you can normally. So what you have to do to be able to move is just use your arrows on the keyboard to move around. So if I push the down button, we go down. If I push the up button, we go up. So that's how you're going to move it and be able to continue to measure and stay zoomed in so you can get an accurate measurement. So we're going to keep going down the side of this driveway right here, all the way to the end of it. And then we're going to go across. And then we're going to come right back up this side. And when you're coming back up the other side of it, if you're not sure if you're on it or not, what you can do is hold down on a point and pull it over to the side so I can see the edge of the driveway is right there. So you can make sure you're getting an accurate measurement. So pull it over, check, okay, it's right there. So I'm going to place it right there. And you just do that basically all the way up this side. All right, so right here we've got a sidewalk that goes up the front. So we're actually going to measure this all in one measurement. We're not going to take separate measurements because we always estimate the sidewalks along with the driveway. So pretty much all flat work is the same, so we just measure it all at once. So we're going to take and we're going to go down the side of this little sidewalk. And then we're going to go across, and you're going to use the same method I showed you earlier. sometimes the roofs are going to hang over the edge of it a little bit. You can see right here that the sidewalk goes all the way back to right there on that roof. So we're going to make sure that our mark is pulled all the way back to there. And if you accidentally make a mark that you don't want, all you have to do is hit the backspace and it will delete your last mark. So we're going to make this a little wider here. And then, all right, so say I've got to go back on a point and fix it, make it a little wider like I just did that one. So after you do that, if I click right here, it's going to pull the polygon from there to there and it's going to mess it up like that. So what you actually have to do is click on the last one here and then you can start clicking again. And it goes all the way out to there. And then it comes right down through here. And then we've got a back sidewalk right here. And it looks like it goes to the back door. So we're going to follow both sides of that sidewalk all the way back. And when you get done, your polygon should be a perfect shape of the driveway. And as you can see right there, that's pretty accurate. So the next thing you're going to want to do is go over here to measurements and click area right here. So you're going to want to change this to square feet. All right, so there we are, 4,006 square feet. So we charge around 18 to 20 cents per square feet for concrete. So this would be somewhere around a $750 to $800 job. So this would be a pretty good sized driveway. So the next thing, and this isn't mandatory, this is just something that we have a system in place for because we like to show our customers that we're not just coming up with these prices out of midair, that we're actually measuring and that we're getting an accurate measurement. So what I like to do is I'll change the name of this polygon and I'll put in the address of the home. So I'm not going to write the actual address because I don't want to give anybody's information away or anything like that. But I'll write the address in right here in this top bar, and then I'll put the person's name. So let's just say 843 Highway 1, and let's say Bob. That's the person's name. So what you're going to want to do after that is, depending on what kind of computer you got, pretty much every computer's got some kind of screenshot function. So I know on Mac, it's just called screenshot. On this computer, which is a Lenovo, it happens to be called the snipping tool. So we're going to go ahead and go to the snipping tool, and then we're going to snip and sketch. And we're going to click new. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to drag a box around our measurement and around that around our drawing of the driveway, and we're going to drag it around the measurement as well. And we're going to take a screenshot of it. And once you take that screenshot, what you're going to want to do, this is what we do. I'm not saying you have to do this, but it's definitely not a bad idea, is take and attach that to your estimate when you send it over to the customer. And we've had some comments on this. People really like that. They're like, man, that's really cool. I didn't realize you can measure stuff with satellite imaging like that. And we've been doing it for quite a while, and it's pretty simple. So that's pretty much how you do driveways. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is measuring the roof. And I've heard a lot of different opinions on this, but this is what works for us. And it's simple and it's easy, and maybe it'll help some of y'all. So obviously, if I measure this roof right here, it is not taking in for the pitch of the roof. So if this roof is straight up and down, it's going to look like it's going to measure as a small roof, whereas it could be really steep. So what we have done to combat that, because like I said, this is just a simple way to do it. So we'll measure out the roof on Google Earth just like we did the driveway. You go around the perimeter of it, just like this. But keep in mind, this is measuring flat. This is not taking in for the pitch of the roof. So we got 4,368 square feet. So what we do is we have about 3 different sets of pricing, per square foot pricing for roofs, and it's based on the pitch of the roof. So even though we might not be getting the exact square footage of the roof because our pricing is different, I'll give you an example. So a flat walkable roof, we're going to be somewhere around 25 cents per square foot. And then a roof that's kind of borderline that you could probably walk parts of, and then part of it's too steep to walk, we're going to be somewhere around 30 cents per square foot. And then for a really steep roof that we're going to have to clean strictly from a ladder, it's going to be somewhere around 35 cents per square foot. And I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it. This is the way we do it, and it works for us, and it's simple. I've tried a couple of the websites where you get a accurate square foot measurement for the roof, and I really didn't like it. I didn't like how it took a couple of days, and it can be a little costly. So this is just a simple way that works for us. So I hope y'all could find some value in this. It took us a long time to learn this. Like everything I'm sharing, I've basically learned through trial and error, especially as far as this goes. I started out doing it on my phone, and I realized the problem about the trees. So I got on the computer and figured out that I could change time, and that in the wintertime when there's no leaves on the trees that you can see directly through them. And when you can see directly through them, you can measure what you need. So like I said, hope y'all could find some value in this. If y'all like the content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you'll be notified every time we post something. We're going to be posting very consistently this year. We're going to be putting out a lot of value to the pressure washing industry. And that's pretty much it. Catch y'all later.